Welcome to Life Esteem, a program committed to delivering information that's important to you and your community. Your hosts are Nathaniel and Patricia Gadsden.
Hello, welcome again to Life Esteem. Always great to have you as a viewer. Hey, today we're going to talk fitness and health. And we have Joe Green, who has Fit For You, is his organization and his company. And we're so glad to have you on, man. And this is a topic that we all need to be dealing with, right?
Yes,
But welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about Fit For You.
Great. Thanks for having me on. Fit For You is a business that I started in '96. And I decided that I wanted to start a fitness and wellness and nutrition business that really took the time to really cater to each and every individual that we see. So in the spirit of doing that, we wanted to offer this at a level that just isn't traditionally offered. In doing so, it's a business that targets certain populations so that we can use our expertise to the best of our ability to benefit everyone.
And so what kind of things do you offer?
Sure. We offer classic personal training, which is one-on-one dedicated attention to giving you the solutions to fitness. And we name the business Fit For You because it's something that is specifically for you. And then it would be different for your wife, and it's for each individual. So we're taking everything into account, from past medical history all the way to who you are today, your exercise personality, your likes, dislikes, your schedule, everything that I think matters to make the recipe to really make fitness successful for you. So we offer personal training for a one-on-one type of situation. We work with couples. We also do small group training. But more importantly, we're offering personal training, and we've put a different spin on it. And what we've done is we've decided to take personal training and nutrition and then add in something special, which is we're adding in corrective exercise, functional exercise. In other words, things that you find in therapy settings, and we're mixing that in to make sure that you're always taking 2 steps forward, not taking 1 step back. One thing we see is people are frustrated because they have setbacks. So here at our place, we're able to avoid setbacks and keep you going forward. So we're offering personal training in that vein, and then we're specializing it to populations of women especially. Of course, men are welcome to join, and we train couples. Youthful athletes ages 8 through 18 with a sports-specific training program. And then more importantly, a big lion's share of what we're doing, we're also working with special populations. My specialty is in working with those afflicted with Parkinson's and movement disorders. We also work with those that have fibromyalgia, MS, stroke, etc.
Wow, powerful. Okay, yes indeed. And you've been around since '98, I think? Or
Since 1996.
Okay.
Yeah,
96.
it's been a little while.
Yeah, that's great.
A little bit. That's really amazing. Now, one of the things I know, Joe, when I initially met you and we had a conversation, is the piece you talked about is you tailor it specifically for the individual.
Right.
And because people do have different tastes, and like calisthenics is not me.
Right.
I mean, I just never have been excited about that
Right.
whatsoever. So if I get involved, which I've been involved in different, programs, over the years, I tend to take that step back.
Right, right,
'Cause that
understandably.
didn't fit my personality. So
Right.
you make sure that you definitely do that.
Right. We do a really good job of making sure we customize it. I mean, all the way down to, as I mentioned, the person's fitness personality. And that's exactly a great example. I don't like push-ups, or I just don't like exercise. So
Yeah.
what we're doing is we're really trying to introduce a program, and I think we do it pretty successfully, of a program that really is you. It's reflective of who you are. And even our approach to exercise, we're willing to step outside of the box, but in a safe way. So first we want to meet you where you are, and then take you a little bit outside of the comfort zone, but in a way that positions you for success. So I mention my staff all the time, we want to position each one of our clients for success, meaning let's find out what your work schedule is, let's find out what your likes and dislikes are, let's find out who you are, and also with that medical piece, we're able to look at any physical limitations. So by no means do we want to have someone perhaps work on lunges when they've had a knee replacement, or perhaps they have knee issues. We want to do things that only complement who and what you are today, so that's something that you want to continue. So we have clients that stay with us on an average about 4.5 years. We're really proud of that because that's symbolic of the fact that the people have reached their goals, but now they're with us, and they continue to be with us because they want to be, because they have great variety, they continue to enjoy it, It's something that's really become part of a lifestyle.
Yeah. Gyms have just picked up over the last, let's say 30 years. People are really into going to gyms, and some of them made it a lifestyle. I mean, it's like it's their whole life.
Yeah.
But also, it seems to be an increase in terms of hip replacements, knee replacements, things like that. I just saw a report on one of the news stations, talking about that kind of thing. And so the orthopedic surgeon has become extremely important, to a lot of people. Can you help people to prevent some of that stuff? Is that what your program is designed to do? Because I think a lot of people go and they don't get a personal trainer. They just go and start working out, right?
Right,
so,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we see a lot of that. Let's face it, there are millions, especially New Year's enthusiasts, which will go out and embark on a program and try to do it themselves, or based on the advice found in media, which are magazines and infomercials and videos even on TV. When the fact of the matter is that it really has to be massaged and made to fit you. We receive a lot of referrals from local area businesses, physical therapy concerns, physicians, neurologists. We have world-renowned facilities such as Hopkins making referrals to us. So we do see this, and we do see people coming from the gym. And when they finally have made that decision that they really want to find a healthy exercise program, one that is not injurious to them and troubleshoots some of these pitfalls, then that's where we see them. So in short, we are seeing a lot of activity from folks that are at the gym, and then what's happening is they're sustaining either injuries or inflammatory type responses. I've written a piece about some of the Nautilus equipment that we see in gyms and how it's not exactly a good fit for everyone, and there's instruction that's needed, but in many cases we find that, again, functional exercise, which is using one's own body, and then different types of, we call them props, like a ball or a bar or something like that, it's far more advantageous than the actual farm of cardio equipment sitting on the floor.
Wow. So what got you into this, Joe? I mean, in 1996, you said, I'm going to open up my business. Okay.
Yeah.
But there must have been a reason why, a catalyst for you.
Absolutely. The impetus was I was in a near-fatal car accident prior to that. And in rehabbing myself, fortunately, there was a local physician who had said, Joe, you can be content with about 70% of your recovery, or you can try and take this to the next level and really demand a greater degree of normacy for your everyday functionality in life. And so thanks to him, I decided to embark on that and really pushed further. In doing so, decided to really just immerse myself in furthering my education with exercise and exercise principles, and just really going further to the extent of taking myself down to the University of Penn and sitting in and just trying to learn whatever I could, and them allowing me to volunteer and just sit in. I decided that exercise was something that was not only important for me, and I saw the benefits, but that if we could have a compassionate professionalism and deliver this to people and really give it to them in a format that was palatable for them, they could enjoy the same benefits that I could, and the passion came in after that.
Fantastic, good. And how large is your staff there Fit for You?
There's 3 of us.
Okay.
And I have to be honest with you. We, at one time, had a staff of 5. We reduced it back to 3. We're really, really trying to emphasize quality, and the nature and structure of our facility is such that 3 trainers on staff working at one time is more conducive to setting an atmosphere that is friendly, laid back, not overcrowded, not intimidating in any fashion. Certainly we have it decorated to reflect that, but it just has a nice flow, and if there's only 3 people getting the attention they need at any one given time, we think that's a good recipe for success.
Good stuff, okay.
But outside of just the fitness in regard to physically, you also look at the holistic approach. Talk more about other things that you make available.
You bet. I think that we're really doing a good job of really defining and displaying what wellness is about. And to me, wellness is kind of a broad term, but wellness is really addressing the whole person, as you said, Pat. So there's a little bit of life coaching going on there. So we're really, really doing a good job with that. So when folks come in, we know that what's happening to them outside of the hour that they're with us, or 2 hours, is terribly important. So we're addressing that as well. So when folks come in, we're looking at it from a nutritional standpoint, from a physiological standpoint, and also from a psychological standpoint. So much so that I've decided to write a book about this so that we can actually put this out there and allow people to understand that exercise and nutrition, they are emotional connections. They're emotional events that unfold on a regular basis. And so I like to think of us as coaches that help manage that when the folks get there.
Fantastic, good. You know, there are mistakes we all make for exercise or for everything, especially when it comes down to nutrition.
Right.
Give us some hints of things that we, as you know, should consider, especially as we begin to age. Because I understand that once you turn, I think I read an article once that said, once you turn 50, you should start looking at your diet.
Right.
As you know, from a changing standpoint. What you ate when you were 20, you can no longer eat now that you're 50.
Right.
So just what are some pointers you might give to a typical person walking into?
Absolutely. It's a great question, Nate. There's no doubt, just like a computer, we have to update because we're changing. Metabolically, we're changing in so many different ways. Our needs and perhaps our deficiencies, they all change. So in looking at that, we like to give some basic tips. And the basic tips are, I like to remind everyone to make sure that they have a balanced meal, at least 3 times a day. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But we want to go back and educate them and let them know that a balanced meal is a starchy carb, it's a lean protein, and then we have a fibrous carb on the plate, all 3 at once. And then we give them a list and give them that information on what that is. We like to remind them to make sure that they do have breakfast, very important meal, extremely important for them. And we like to make sure that they're also getting into a situation where they're taking care of their bodies nutritionally and that they're eating enough calories and that they're getting the right foods in place. So we give some basic tips like that, and then we tend to fill it in and again go back and customize it for each and every person. But we like to tell everyone, as you get older, we want you to eat smarter. So we want you to understand why you're eating the way you are. To go back to getting a system is our second tip. Go back to a structured system. Our bodies enjoy predictability. That can be a plus in some areas, and nutrition is certainly one of them.
And when it comes down to vitamins and minerals and stuff like that, are you a proponent of, do you subscribe that kind of thing, or do you think people have too much reliance on vitamins?
That's a great question. That is a subject that I've become just incredibly passionate about. Even had a friend pass away early, prematurely, just from not having a good understanding about supplements.
Okay.
Certainly supplements have their place, but I believe in the definition of that, a supplement means in addition to. In addition to what? In addition to a healthy diet. So we want folks to eat healthy first, and then and only then visit the potential for perhaps using a supplement, but only in conjunction with their healthcare professional and someone that understands nutrition and can guide them through it. So I think supplements have their place. We have to be careful. The helpers that are in the vitamin chain shops and stores, they're there for sales and to help. I don't believe they're there to hurt us maliciously, but I also don't think that they have the proper education and understanding to know if perhaps a supplement could perhaps conflict with a prescribed medication, which we have to really be careful about. This could be potentially fatal.
Man, that's a good point. Yeah, and I've heard that so many times also. And no one tells you that when you walk into the vitamin store or anything. You just go and you start buying vitamins, no questions. What kind of medication are you on?
And you're so overwhelmed with all the vitamins that are out there. It's
Right.
my goodness, couldn't it be just one pill for everything?
Well, the marketers have done a fantastic job. They entice us, and they know how to push our hot buttons.
That's right.
They know what to say, all the way down to the labels and the color of them. So they know exactly what pulls us to the shelf, and then they prey on that. We just have to be careful. The least of the injurious situation is perhaps you're just wasting your money, and it's money that's not well spent, but in some cases, it could be dangerous.
Could be dangerous. Oftentimes people, me being one of those people, okay, will make excuses. Time. We just don't have time to go to a gym or to a Fit For You type program.
Right.
Money, oh, I don't know if I could afford that.
Right.
I'm so far out of shape I could never do that.
Right.
So how do you address those 3 big excuses that we make?
Absolutely. What I point out to folks is that basically a good health and nutrition program, it is your life insurance. You can't afford not to do it. I know at our place we've done all we can to make it affordable in every way, shape, and form because we want everyone to have that opportunity. Now, understood that any business, obviously, they have to try and make enough money to continue to do what they do. But I believe that if you show the real value and they can see the rewards and they can actually go through with the program and have success with it, that they will see the value. But with that said, I tell each person, you have to be ready. It is about timing. And it has to really mean a lot to you. So I tell folks that I sit down at the table with, I can't want this more than you. But if you want it, we have the solution. We can help you when you're ready and you find yourself at that place. When the economy began to spiral and go downward, we actually saw our numbers go up. And I believe that people really took inventory and closely evaluated what is really important to them. And we know there's people that love you, your kids, your grandchildren, other people, friends, family.
Sure.
And so if that really resonates with you, then a place like our place is really the place to be.
Okay. All right.
Well, another thing too, I had opportunity, Joe, is to talk about some of your other activities, things that you're doing out in the community.
Right.
And more philanthropy, okay, type of manner or way, but to really help connect. Talk
Yeah.
about some of those initiatives that you've done.
One of the things I enjoy doing is trying to connect with the community again, and at all costs trying to make sure that it's a win-win and a beneficial situation. So what we did was our first one was we did the Ronald McDonald House. And the timing was nice. It just so happened they were on the heels of that expansion project where they wanted to build more rooms. And so we asked if perhaps our efforts could be earmarked for that. And what we do is we have a recipe, and we're doing it again this year for a different organization, but we create a fitness challenge. And so the participants are usually clients of ours. The public is welcome to join. And we have them striving for a goal. And while they're striving for the goal, they're trying to reach money. In this case, it was the Ronald McDonald House in order to raise funds. What we do in the end is we have our clients and all those participating bettering their health, learning how to budget exercise into their life daily, having fun amongst each other, bantering back and forth and having fun, but getting fit and healthy all the while. We're offering our services and expertise in order to give them what they need. And in the interim, we're collecting money and then turning it over to charitable organizations such as the Ronald McDonald House. We did that for them successfully. We were able to raise close to $8,000 in about 30 days. We did it in 2009 for the Arthritis Foundation, and we're currently trying to do a fitness challenge right now as we speak for the American Heart Association, specifically earmarked for the Go Red for Women to benefit the American Heart Association to try and help fight against heart disease, the #1 killer of women.
Yeah. And, and men, we're checking out pretty early, too.
We are.
Unfortunately.
We are.
And I do want to take time to mention this very quickly because I'd love to talk to you about this. It's June the 9th of 2012. We're going to have our second annual Father's Day, fatherhood conference.
Okay.
And it's to celebrate fathers and dads, but it's also to encourage fathers and dads to be more actively involved in their families, because we know what the statistics are, so I won't get into all that. But boy, we need to talk to men about taking health a lot more seriously, because unfortunately we're having all kinds of issues with high blood pressure and strokes and heart attacks. So
absolutely,
we'll talk beyond the program. Okay.
Absolutely, I would love to.
Okay.
I'd love
Fantastic.
to. Certainly, every bit as important for men as it is for women.
Oh yeah.
Again, our children need us, and we want to be there not only for our children but our grandchildren.
Absolutely.
So, real important.
Sure. Business. We always we've talked to a lot of business people over the years, and we always ask the question because we know that business is not easy to maintain. Right. In fact, they say if you survive past 4 or 5 years, then you've done something, and you've survived now for close to like 14, 15 years.
Yeah, this is about 15 or 16 years.
15 or 16 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's great stuff. So, what's the secret to success to make a business work for anyone that's out there looking?
I think the secret to success is to make sure that you are in business and conducting a business that you're really passionate about. And that you can do something in life where you can literally say to yourself, there's no other place I'd rather be. I want to be right here and have a compassionate professionalism for what you do. I believe that your customer base feels that. I believe that that permeates throughout the building, and you have to have staff and have them feel the same way. But if you can really foster that kind of attitude, I think that is the #1 ingredient that really makes for a successful business. That just bleeds out into everything in the way you conduct everything about business, whether it's a refund to a client all the way to signing up and joining us. I think that we see it all the time. McDonald's says, "I'm loving it." They don't just say, "I'm liking it," "I'm loving it." And for us, our philosophy is join our fitness family. To feel that togetherness, that you're a part of something, and that we care. So if one of our clients isn't feeling well or feeling sick, or someone passes on, we had that situation. Gosh, we had a lot of different clients chip in, and we sent flowers and a fruit basket and different things. And so for us, we're giving that feeling. It's there when you come in, you feel that, and I think that's what's important. for a business
absolutely.
today.
Yeah, I like to too. Yeah, if you don't have the passion in your heart, then
That's right,
Yeah,
gotta be passionate.
it has to be. But also, you have to be smart about it too, right? Because I've met some
No
people
question.
along the line that are really into it, but
Right.
they're just not making the right choices.
Yeah.
You know, you could tell, you
Yeah.
know, but they don't hear you. So speak to that, and also how you just have to also be frugal or have a plan. You know?
Absolutely. I think you have to make sure that you're working within your means. And I think you really need to be surrounded by people that share not only your vision, but share a common, a common vision where they want to definitely look out for your business and make sure that it remains viable. So I think surrounding yourself with the right professionals. Being the owner of it, I realize that I can't wear all the hats. I can't do it all. So to have someone that handles the media side, fantastic. To have someone that handles the accounting side, that's also fantastic. And to have someone that manages the everyday operation, that's also fantastic.
Yeah.
So I think establishing your roles helps you allow yourself to be frugal, to watch the bottom line, to watch how things are going, so that you remain profitable and open to continue to do what you like.
Isn't it true also that sometimes failures, small failures or setbacks, actually are blessings in disguise to your business? You just don't know it at the time.
Absolutely.
Can you speak to that? I mean, we sometimes run into a hurdle or to a roadblock, and it's like,
Yeah.
But then you think about it and say, well, wait a minute, that was probably a good thing.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely, absolutely. I know as an entrepreneur, you certainly suffer those things. You learn as you go along, and you just hope that it's a learning lesson that furthers you, doesn't set you back. But yeah, absolutely. Something even as simple as making sure that you have the right tax professional to help you out is huge. I know in the beginning I did not, and didn't realize not only some of the deductions, but even just looking at it from a perspective of saving and budgeting quarterly in order to be able to take care of your taxes and things like that. A general tax firm versus an accountant that's specialized and understands what you do, tremendous value. So I learned something there a long time ago. Unfortunately, it wasn't something that stopped us, but something that was definitely necessary. And so those things really mean a lot. I think also partnering yourself with other business owners has been particularly beneficial for me. To hear what they do, how they do it, why they do it, and to be humble enough to ask questions and perhaps learn from that.
Fantastic. Great stuff.
Well, one of the things you two said earlier, we know that you're here, you're local, okay?
Right.
You attended Bishop McDevitt.
Right.
Okay, were you involved in sports? Or
I was.
You were,
I was.
okay, and you played?
I played football for Bishop McDevitt.
Oh, did you?
Was on student council. Had a wonderful time at McDevitt, so
Okay,
great time there.
all right.
One thing we didn't ask is where exactly is Fit for You located, and your phone numbers and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Fit for You is located at 3301 Schoolhouse Lane, which is conveniently located just minutes away from 81 or 83. So we're in between Union Deposit and Route 22. We're in the lower level of a building called Chappelle Chiropractic. We're in the lower level rear. So technically our address is 3301 Schoolhouse Lane, which is just off Progress Avenue. And we're in Harrisburg. You can find us on our website, which is www.pyt4u.com. You can click on some of the links and see what the inside of the building looks like. You can see the location. You can see some of the staff. So that's where we are. We're local.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. And people, you know, I know will come out and sometimes they're checking you out, right? They kind of. So, what do you do to ease their mind once they come in? Because you know, some of us walk in there and we're like, man, this guy's going to hurt me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, we see that in our industry with shows like Biggest Loser and that kind of thing. People have stereotypes and they have fears, sometimes expectations of what they think fitness is, and it may not be completely accurate. So we actually invite people to come in for consultations. It's always free. We want them to see what a trainer looks like. We want them to see how they think, how they speak, how they walk, how they greet them, what our building looks like. In our facility, we don't have mirrors. We don't have a fleet of cardio equipment, but we have exactly what you need. So we want people to actually come in and kick the tires, so to speak. We want them to see the place. So the consultations are always free, and we also make sure that on the other end of that, it's a good, pleasant experience. We're not there to sell them when they do get there. We're there to learn about them and hopefully have them learn about us. And we love questions, so it's a great opportunity for them to learn and find out more.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Are you open pretty much, 5 days a week, or is it Saturdays also, or how do you do it?
Yeah, we're open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Okay.
in order to try and accommodate schedules of a variety. And we're open Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Nice, all right.
Man,
Very
yeah.
convenient hours.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. Yeah, and it's a small staff of 3. You guys are committed.
It is. It is. Everything's by appointment only. So
Okay.
the only thing we ask is that someone call ahead of time, just so that we give them the attention that we want to give them, that they need and deserve when they come in. So someone wanders in, we can pull away for a moment, but obviously we want to make sure we're continuing to give the time to the person that scheduled it, so that they get the same quality from us.
Typical time on task, so to speak, would be an hour, hour and a half. How does it go?
Yeah, it's generally an hour.
Okay.
Realizing that exercise in its best form is really delivered within about a 50-minute window, and maybe 10 minutes to cool down or so and ask questions and whatnot. So generally an hour, but then again, we have some folks that are coming for a more specific issue, that have a different chronic illness or affliction, and while they normally come for an hour, we do have some folks that come for an hour and a half. Again, listening to what our clients need, someone may say, gee, I can only do a half an hour today.
Yeah.
If that's the case, that's fine, then we'll make it 30 minutes. But in general, we usually do it for about an hour.
And if a person comes in, do they have to, let's say, I just want to come in for a more nutritional kind of
Right.
consultation. Is that possible, rather than, can you bypass the exercise and all that?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. And that's where that consultation becomes so terribly important, and I think really gives them an idea of what this place is like. If someone wants to just come for nutrition, that's okay. If someone wants to just come and really be there for a post-rehab situation with a knee, that's okay. We can do that. As long as it's who we are, we'll put that hat on and wear it and work well with you. So, yeah, we do customize it.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Youngest client, oldest client. Have you ever had someone, I mean, you work with little people, or do you work with seniors as well?
Absolutely. The youngest would be through our sports program, where we work with clients as young as 8 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the sports specific is for athletes of any sport, virtually, going 8 through 18. And the oldest, gosh, we have a client right now that's 88 years old. I've had a client as old as 92. And it's just wonderful. And it gives us a good opportunity just to show just how to customize exercise. So what exercise is for an 82-year-old may not be the same for the 52-year-old. But for a variety of reasons. But yeah, we do see quite a wide variety of folks coming in for exercise, and we just enjoy it. We love it. We're able to customize it for
Good
them.
stuff. Well, this is great, man. I didn't know about your business, but now I'm intrigued. Okay, I'd like to know more about it. I'm sure everyone that's listening today would probably be, passing the word. Most of your clientele comes by word of mouth, or you said agencies pretty much send in.
Our clients come through referrals through our current clients,
Okay.
so we're very fortunate that way.
Yeah.
Our clients also come through, again, local therapy concerns,
Yeah.
physicians, doctors, et cetera. So that's pretty much the lion's share of how clients find us. And now with a web presence, if they surf the web, they can also
Surf the
find
web
us.
too. But anybody watching the show can just come and make
Hey,
it.
come on in. Yeah, come on in. Just
give
call
them
me.
that phone number one more time.
Absolutely. My phone number is 717-579-8257. That's my direct line. You can call anytime. And if you leave a message, believe me, I will get back to you. That's a priority.
This is great stuff. I want to thank Joe Green for coming on and talking to us about being fit, because this is something that we really all do have to take seriously. Health is so important for all of us, and so let's pass the word around that Fit for You is there actually for you, and that you need to take it more seriously. So many of us could avoid the illnesses and diseases that we have if we simply gave some time, and attention to this, temple called our bodies, and what we put in our bodies and how we treat it is very, very important. And what we do oftentimes translate into how our children, will end up being, and people around us. So it's a real important topic. I want to thank Joe Green again for coming in. I hope that you will take very seriously, your health, and let's make our community as healthy as we possibly can. Thank you for watching Life Esteem. See you next time. Goodbye.